What's up, people? I just woke up and I'm going to speedrun answer all of the comments He Has Risen posted on the video that this comment is under. Okay, when it comes to this, yes, you are correct. Louisiana is the first state to require that the 10 Commandments be hung up by law. But I don't necessarily see the relevance of your comments, because what's being argued is that, there should be a separation between church and state, right? So this is a violation of our original documents that were the foundation of this state. You're basically endorsing one religion over all the other religions by hanging the 10 Commandments up in the classroom. That's what's being argued. It doesn't matter whether Louisiana was the only state or not. We're arguing on whether it was right for Louisiana to do that, given the foundations of America. Louisiana is clearly not following separation of church and state, and this is a state that is endorsing a religion and forcing religion on children. This is not okay. And if somebody who's a teacher refuses in Louisiana to hang up the 10 Commandments, they can lose their teaching license. This is not separation of church and state. This is a religion being endorsed in a public institution paid by tax dollars. These things should be separate. You cannot empirically show me that God has specifically tasked us, right, with helping the people in our homeland, right? I feel like you're not paying attention to my argument or the video that I made, right? I said that I'm poor in America. I work for a company that, I'm grateful for my company, but I don't get paid that much money to where I can live in my own apartment and take care of myself and have extra money to help other people. If I'm not working at work, then I'm dealing with my hygiene, or I'm working on TikTok trying to make some money off of this. I don't have any extra time or money to help other people. And a lot of people, just like me, are living paycheck to paycheck. We don't have the ability to really help other people. We can barely help ourselves in this economy where things are getting more expensive and where we have bad politicians, right? The whole point of my argument is that you have a God with all of the omni traits. He can do literally anything he wants at little cost to himself. He has the ability to help people and chooses not to help people. You're missing the point. You're still standing in front of a God who can help everybody at little cost to himself, and you're asking the person who is poor and struggling in reality and can barely take care of himself to help people. The point's going over your head. Yes, I don't believe in God, but if I'm going to grant that God exists, right, and do an internal critique, and I look at the world that we currently live in, God's not doing anything that I can see. God's not doing anything I can measure empirically. I don't see God anywhere, right? I see humans having to do stuff to help the world. And you're going to say, humans are tasked with, helping other people. I don't see how God has tasked any of us to help other people. I don't see God's involvement in any of the things that we do. Has God spoken to anyone directly? Has God, in 2000, in any of the years past 2000, has God spoken to anybody or instructed anybody that they're specifically tasked to help people? If I'm doing an internal critique and granting that the Bible is true, then I'm kind of defeated there. But I don't really know what to say about that. It's just God doesn't seem evident to me. I've been arguing this with you Christians for a long time, so maybe you guys aren't listening. But whenever I look at these miracles, right, the thing is, there's no symmetry breaker. You have to show me how these miracles would be impossible in a world where God doesn't exist, right? These things could have happened by coincidence, right? These things are well in the realm of naturalism. So could it be God? I'm not canceling out that possibility, but could it also have happened without God? Very much so, yeah. So no, you don't get to see these miracles and all these things happening, people escaping from bad accidents, churches remaining undamaged by wildfires, and give that to God. Those things could happen by coincidence in a godless world. They are well in the realm of naturalism. So you're gonna have to provide me with the symmetry breaker or show me how it would be impossible for these things to happen in a world without God. Also, back to this one really quick. Did you not listen to the part in my video where I said I am behind on $2,000 of repairs that I have to do to my car? I live paycheck to paycheck, so I can't help anybody right now. All I can do is help myself. I help in the little ways that I can by giving people food or, buying, food or drinks for my coworkers, but that's really all I can do. If we're doing an internal critique, then you would have won this one, basically. Like, yeah, Jesus helped a bunch of people. If we're granting all that to be true, then yeah, Jesus was helping people in the Old Testament, right? But if we're not doing an internal critique, in the world we currently live in, the Bible is just stories to me, and there's no way for us to actually substantiate any of the miracles that Jesus did, right? And a lot of the very serious, scholarly conversations we're gonna have on TikTok about Jesus's existence, people are willing to grant, that Jesus was a person and walked the earth. There's a major consensus amongst historians that Jesus actually existed, right? But people are not willing to grant that Jesus was divine, okay? Because we can't prove any of the miracles that he did or substantiate any of those miracles. So, in an internal critique, you would have an upper hand with this point. In an external critique, you don't really have a point. This just seems like stories to me. Stuff made up about Jesus that literally can't be substantiated. Also, given the fact that the Gospels and some of the books in the New Testament are dated, they were spread around by oral tradition and written down decades later. It's very possible that some of the stories about Jesus could have been exacerbated or I'm not sure if that's a word, but basically they could have just been told in a way where the certain details were exaggerated to say that Jesus did these things, but maybe Jesus didn't even do these things. I woke up and I kind of read through these comments that are posted under my video, and I don't think he is risen. I don't think you're listening to the points that I'm making or trying to understand where I'm coming from. So we should listen and try to understand where I'm coming from. A lot in this video I had to explain twice. So get the point. I guess I don't know what to say. Are you not getting the point?